It is another day of heartbreak in Branson as victims continue trying to put their lives back together.
41 Action News' Zach Tecklenburg has been there for the past 2 days and has been talking with people who found their homes destroyed. Zach?
Good morning, guys. Right now we're standing on what most people know of Branson. This is the Branson Strip, and it had a lot of damage. A lot of major attractions here have sustained some sort of damage, but it's also hard to forget when you see big structures like this that have had so much damage that there are people who do make their homes year-round in Branson. I just got back from the Mount Branson neighborhood, which is east of downtown Branson, and that neighborhood, which sits up on a big hill, as the name would imply, it definitely sustained some major damage. Some of the worst for residential areas. There are trees down, there are power lines just blocking the roads there. A lot of cleanup work to do. I ran across a man who says he was trapped inside his mobile home for an hour and a half after the tornado hit. A tree fell on his home and he was trapped, pinned under the debris. This is what he had to say.
I've been in there and got my precious stuff that was salvageable. I mean, I had everything in front of my trailer, and it's all gone. It's all gone.
He's really got a tough break there. He suffers from chronic seizures, and he's got a guide dog who kind of helps him through, and he says that that guide dog has been a great relief to him over the past couple of days now. There are so many stories just like his, and we're going to put those together for you for later editions of 41 Action News. For now, we're live in Branson. Zach Tecklenburg, 41 Action News.
All right, Zach, thank you. And you know, for so many people in the Kansas City area, Branson is one of those go-to places for vacations. And we were hearing earlier today that like March 1st, I believe, is the start of their busy tourist season.
Yeah.
So really hoping that people will continue to go.
Definitely. We did hear that a lot of the hotels in that area, they've been receiving phone calls from people who've already booked. They are saying that they're not going to go to Branson. So hopefully these hotels will get up and running and get fixed. But, you know, this is a tourist area for a lot of folks here in the Midwest. And many people are hoping they'll get up and running soon. So Geroge Waldenberger is going to give us the latest on the tourist attractions. Did a lot of those historic areas and theaters get hit, George?
Yeah, there were some damages reported to some of the theaters. Earlier, I was talking about the theater where the 12 Irish Tenors perform, and that's one of the theaters that sustained a little damage. But again, now the noise, the air is abuzz with rebuilding. I'm standing just outside of the parking lot on the Walmart, which is right off the main drag, and it's just a buzz of activity here. It seems to be kind of the central area. If you look forward, there's a Taco Bell, there's a Shoney's, and a Burger Shack. All three restaurants have been damaged to the point where they'll be inoperable for a while. What you can't see is JR's Motor Inn. It's on the far side of those three restaurants, but I have video, and I hope you can see this video because the whole second level, the rooftop of the second level had been blown off. And I talked with the owner, and he said that they only had 6 people staying the night in the hotel the night of the tornado. So this is what he had to say.
Just an explosion. I mean, it just went up, you know, and we were scared to death for the guests that were in there. I had my son and my wife, and as soon as it calmed down just a little bit, my son, he went down trying to get the guests out of the rooms that were there, which, thank God that they were all right.
Yeah, and as I said, there were only 6 people staying in the hotel that night. In about a week, that hotel will have a lot more guests. So they were lucky that nobody was staying in the second floor of that hotel that night, as that could have been a completely different story. All right, coming up, I'm going to talk with Brett Anthony. We'll talk a little bit more about the meteorological impacts of the storms and the storm crews. But for now, we're live in Branson. Meteorologist Geroge Waldenberger, 41 Action News.